Go out and get a real job. When you gonna get a real job? If those words or phrases sound familiar to you guys, you need to watch this entire video. What's up, y'all? Christopher Harrell, and today is Friday, June 14th. And today's vlog is going to be very interesting. I'm going to debunk the myth of the steady paycheck. Now, when I started this video, I'm sure that was a phrase a lot of y'all you guys have heard before. At least myself, I've heard so many times I can't even name it. Because look, with my history, guys, I've been an individual that's been fired from every single job that they had, or I quit a job in less than a week because I just couldn't roll with it. I couldn't click with it, couldn't tie myself into that. And since I've been fired from most of my jobs, because I've been trying to do this entrepreneurship thing. I got involved in my own starting a business back in 1998 when I was in the music business. And so I've been an individual that's always had a business. And sometimes the income was good, sometimes the income wasn't. And when it wasn't, I had to go get a quote-unquote real job. And now I've realized something. Here I am, fast forward 15 years later, that we've all bought into that myth of a steady paycheck. Now, what exactly do I mean? Now, first, let me make this disclaimer. There's nothing wrong with getting a steady paycheck if it doesn't interfere with you being able to create wealth or your personal freedom, or to earn what you're actually worth. So there's nothing wrong with a steady paycheck if it doesn't interfere with your ability to earn what you're actually worth. But herein lies the issue, herein lies the kicker, herein lies the rub, herein lies the problem. It always does. You're never paid what you're worth when you want to work for a steady paycheck. And we wonder, we've all heard those phrases. I heard it from my parents. I've heard it even from my spouse at times throughout the years. My spouse would say that. And I realized that now what they were talking about is that we've been conditioned and programmed, guys, since we were little kids, that the only way that you can make money is by working a job, is by working from somebody else. For the most part, you've always been told to do what? Go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a degree, go find a job, work there till you're 65, till you get that golden watch, and then you go live, then you go enjoy your life, then you go see the world. Well, herein lies the problem. All of us know that that's a fairy tale. All of us know that that does not happen in the real world. We don't find a job and work there our whole life anymore until we're 65 and get that golden watch. That's about as real as a tooth fairy or Santa Claus or a man can fly in the red cape and blue tights. And so, since we know people with rational thinking know that's a myth, we have to reprogram and be reconditioned to realize that that is not the way to wealth. You will never get wealthy working for a steady paycheck. Never. That's why people who are rich, people who think as a rich person, they choose to get paid based on results, while poor and average people, average meaning your middle class, while poor and middle class people choose to get paid on a steady paycheck. They choose to trade their time for money. And herein lies the problem. Poor people and middle class people who choose to get paid for their time are giving up their most valuable commodity that they have, their time, and time is very limited. And that's why you will never get wealthy working a job. Never. It doesn't happen that way. It's impossible to happen that way because you're giving up too much of your time. There's not enough hours in the day. And see, people who have a wealth mindset, people who have a rich person's mindset, they're not afraid to get paid based on their results. Why? Because they believe in themselves. They believe in the value they bring to the marketplace. They believe in their abilities to be able to convey that to the marketplace. People who don't, they look for job security. Here we go again, another myth. job security. What is job security? It doesn't exist, but poor people and average people look for that. Why? Because they have no belief in their own abilities. They have no belief in themselves. And so rather than get paid based off their results, based off their performance, they would rather trade their time for money and be paid what someone else tells them their worth. And most of you know deep down inside your heart that you're not making the money that you feel you're worth. But some of you might feel that you are. But for the most part, your employer feels that you're worth that. So if you're making $50,000 a year, your employer feels that you're worth that. If you're making $80,000 a year, and it's a steady paycheck, your employer feels you're worth that. But so you're caught up in this security thing, getting the same amount of money every other Friday. You're caught up in that security thing. Why? Because you live in fear. That's based off of fear. You fear that you have the ability to be able to bring in income to take care of yourself. So you lack the belief in yourself, so you'd rather go out and work for someone else to get a steady paycheck and live a mediocre life, live paycheck to paycheck. For the most part, you can make $100,000 a year, and most people making $100,000 a year at a job. You're 4 paychecks away from being in the poverty line. You're 4 paychecks away from being in the poverty line. So you're no different because you're thinking like a poor person. That's why, so middle class you just include because you're thinking like a poor person. See, and you know what? Even those in the personal service business think like a poor person. What do I mean? People that give personal services, plumbers, barbers, beauticians, doctors, attorneys. Even with myself, when I was a recording studio engineer, you know, I have a background being in the music business for 12 years. And I also used to offer recording studio time. But once I started realizing the true way to make wealth, I stopped offering studio time unless I was leveraging somebody else's time. So even if you own your own business and you're self-employed, all you've done for yourself is create another job. I know friends who own their own barber salon. They're barbers and beauticians, but they work from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night, and they cannot make money unless they're cutting hair or doing hair. Again, they're trading their time for money. When I was doing my studio sessions, I began to realize, even though I loved it, I began to realize that, man, I would never get the wealth that I want doing this because I'm continually trading my time for money. I had to come up with a better system. And I came up with a system where I was able to leverage my time for money by creating the system online. The same way if you're in the personal services business. If you're a massage therapist and you got 50 clients that need massages, well, you're not going to make any money unless you give out those 50 massages. But if you own the massage business and you got employees there, now you're making money because why? You're creating leverage. So I want to debunk that myth of the steady paycheck. That lie, we've been programmed and conditioned from growing up, from family, from society, from teachers, from people around us. So there's that myth of the steady paycheck. But understand when I tell you this, if you choose to get paid for your time, you are killing your chances for wealth. Let me say that one more time. If you choose to get paid for your time, you are killing your chances for wealth. In my next video, I'm going to talk about why everyone should own a business. Every living soul walking the face of this earth that has the ability to start a business. I'm going to tell you why you should start and own a business on the next video. But first, I wanted to debunk this myth of the steady paycheck and get you guys to open up your mind, because what happens, you need to be reprogrammed and reconditioned to think as a wealthy person. And that's what I currently do right now. I'm mentoring people right now who want to be able to create wealth, who want to be able to create leverage, because I have a system in place that is allowing them to do so. And if you want to get past that myth that you need this quote-unquote job security, if you want to get past that myth, click the link below this video. Get started with me. I'm going to give you the information and system that you need to get you started on a new path in your life so you can start creating wealth for yourself and give you the time freedom that you know deep down inside your heart that you truly, truly want. So like my videos, subscribe to my videos, and I definitely look forward to working with you. God bless.